All right, no fence riders. 10 minutes so we can talk a little Cavs to wrap up the YouTube version of our show before we head over to WKYC. First question: will the Browns have a 100-yard rusher or receiver against the Chargers? Either or. And it was a dead even split, fellas. G, Earl, Bull, and Dustin said yes, they will. Jay, Tyvis, Jason, and myself said no, they won't.
I have a question for you. Have we had either this year?
We have not.
No.
Okay,
Tillman
that's what
had
I
99.
Thought. I didn't look it up, but
Yeah.
when I started thinking about it, I go, geez, I don't think we've done that.
That is
yet
crazy.
This
They
year.
have not.
It is crazy, and I probably, if I would have known definitively that we hadn't,
Yeah.
I probably would have
They're
said it's
due,
about
right?
damn time. But I'm going to stick to
Tillman,
it.
Tillman, as Mike mentioned, came close with 99 last week, but
Yeah.
that is wild.
It is incredible. I mean, that really is one of the low points of
I'm not sure if
any
of
Brown
the team
season.
would be in that category. I'll look into
You
it.
have to look at some pretty bad offenses to see. I was close to saying yes because actually of Nick.
Oh, Nick Chubb is on the brink.
Yeah,
He
I'm
close.
with you.
Oh.
We saw signs last week
close.
of old Nick, and I think I talked about it on Monday. He had one or two runs where there was nothing there. There was nothing there,
Yeah.
and it's a 4-yard gain.
He
It's a
did go
6-yard
from
gain.
like 2 yards a carry his first game to 3.2.
Yeah, I mean,
in
if
the
you just look
second.
at the box score, you're not going to see it.
No.
But just watching him, you could see like
Yeah, I felt
It's
one or
coming.
two times he was really close to just breaking one, maybe even if it was 25 or 30 yards. He's going to need one of those. He's not going to do it on 30 carry. Like he's going to need
to
a
break
long
one.
run
Right.
because he's probably going to get maybe 18 to 20 carries and that's it.
who do they have coming out of the bye? New Orleans.
The Saints,
Yeah,
which
I think that's when Nick
I
Chubb
was-
gets
I
his
might-
first 100-yard game.
I might,
That's what I think.
yeah.
Okay.
I got Tillman with 100. I was on the fence because I was like, it's going to be close.
But it's no fence riding.
I'm going
so-
with Tillman.
All right, good.
We're going to talk more Nick Chubb in the WKYC show, too, so make sure you guys tune in for that. With the next question, we had lowered the bar on passing yards for Browns quarterbacks to about 165 for no fence riders. We are doubling the fence. 300
Doubling.
yards for Jameis. Can he do it again? G. Wow. Of course you're on the yes side of this. You and Dustin said yes. The rest of us, not as optimistic. Why do you say yes to 300 again for Jameis?
Because I picked Flacco to throw for 300 every
Gotta
game.
do it.
And he just, he just came out there. Listen, he's a professional passer to football. Jameis Winston, this is what he does. Like, he threw for 334 and didn't even play his best game. There was some stuff he missed. There was some times he took a couple of sacks, right? Like, this is going to progressively get better. So when y'all just remember, the Kool-Aid is coming. The Kool-Aid is here. It's like the barometer. We got to talk to all your people, the meteorologists at the top. We got to figure the Kool-Aid.
The brick wall is shaking.
It's showing up, man. And listen, the precipitation is on the way. 334, 305, 306 this week. That's light. It's nothing. Jameis Winston throws for 300 again. Book it. Go ahead and save this clip and then put it in a throwback on Monday. Put it in black and white and do. Remember when G. Bush said
The
this?
thought bubble. I say he gets close, but I don't think he gets to 300.
I went close to, just shy, though.
Yeah.
I got 260, 270.
All right.
I just think it's going to be a lower scoring game, and the Chargers have a good pass defense. I think he'll have a good game, but
Yeah, I do too.
But
I
I don't
do
think he's
too.
going to throw for 300.
I actually think that was about peak Jameis. I think that's as good as you get.
I'm afraid
with
that
him
was
on
too.
Sunday.
Yeah, I mean, think about it. 3 touchdowns, no picks.
Right.
That's not a typical Jameis Winston line, although he may have turned the page from all those interceptions. But I just think the likelihood that he does it again against a team that's got a really good defense.
I will say, though, he's one of the few quarterbacks in the history of the league that's thrown for 5,000 yards.
I mean, he's thrown for 5,000 and a few 4,000s.
Yeah.
Like, it ain't like he just forget. And by the way, I'm cool with y'all can preface interceptions. As long as you give me 2-1, I'm cool.
That's what we said about Flacco. Like, he's going to turn it over, but he's going to give you opportunities
That's right.
on the back end for big play opportunities.
It's a gambler,
That's the next question, essentially. What number's higher on Sunday? The number of touchdowns the Chargers score as a team, or the number of total Jameis Winston turnovers? Now, I preface this with saying you can't say the same. You had to pick one or the other. So even if you thought it'd be 2-2, you had to choose sides. Earl, Jay, Jason, Jay, Tyvis, and Bull all said Chargers touchdowns. Myself and Dustin went with the turnovers.
It's funny because this is a weird question because both are negative.
Right.
Yeah, they weren't competing.
Yeah, right.
They weren't competing with one another.
It was a weird one.
So it was, and I thought maybe I just misread it, but then I read it again. I'm like, no, that's what he's asking.
Yeah, right. I know.
That's what.
By the way, in that picture there, can you put that back up again, guys?
Yeah, one sec.
It kind of looks like we're about to break that fence.
it is in.
Oh, no.
Dustin's about to get crushed.
No.
And that nugget too. It looks like Jason's ready to eat the nugget.
It looks like Jason's a snowman on top of the nugget.
No. Jason is in that person's yard. Like he's like they know fish back there.
Jason actually looks like he's riding the fence.
Right.
And he's ready to get that nugget like a Tyrannosaurus Rex is ready to get a little kid in Jurassic Park.
Can I say why I went turnovers real quick? And
Yeah.
granted,
Yeah.
I think it ends up being the same. I made sure that you couldn't pick the same though.
Yeah.
I think the Chargers are going to really struggle to move the ball against the Browns, and I ended up going with 1 touchdown for the Chargers. And Jameis got away with a few throws that could have been intercepted last week. I'm not sure you're going to get that same turnover luck. I think it's close, but I don't think the Chargers' offense is explosive. I think the Browns should have a really good defense.
I don't think they're explosive either.
That's really funny because I went. You'll see when we get to the headlines. I went with 2 scores for the Chargers, 2 touchdowns, and I figured Jameis is good. He's going to turn it over, but hopefully it's only once.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, next one. We'll make this one quick because we only have one person opposite the rest. Will the Browns have 3 receivers / tight ends have at least 50 receiving yards against the Chargers? They had 4 with 60 last week, and they do 3 with 50 again. Dustin's the lone naysayer here.
He's
Negative
probably.
Nancy.
I mean, I don't know. That was a
50's
lot.
not a high bar, especially
That's
if we're
true. It's only
talking
3 with 50.
If you're talking 250, 260, 300,
Yeah.
G's got him for 450 Sunday.
Yeah, 457.
3 for
You know what I'm
50.
saying?
He's going Dan Fouts.
I got to make up for that 4,500. Like
wait a second.
I still owe the Piper on that.
Dustin picked Jameis to throw for over 300 yards.
He did.
That doesn't really make much sense.
Dustin answer.
7 receivers with 48
With 40.
yards.
Spreadonomics.com.
My God.
Hey.
Well, Batonio's going to have 70 yards receiving, apparently.
Michael Dunn. There was
Like,
a
you
player
got to
there.
math it out and figure it out. I can just see Dustin's like, yeah.
Whatever.
He got sidetracked. He came back 20 minutes later. His mind changed.
No. Just
Maybe,
like Dustin.
what's his name? Larry Whitehead or whatever it is, the 3rd tight end. The big game.
Whitehorse.
Charlie Whitehorse.
This guy has more names than any player ever to play in the history of the NFL.
There was a baseball pitcher named Wally Whitehurst. Do you remember anybody?
I do remember
That's
Wally
Charlie
Whitehurst.
Whitehurst, the quarterback.
Charlie Whitehurst?
Charlie Whitehurst.
There are every year I got one. Last year it was Haagen-Dazs.
That's what I
It
was
was
going to say.
Haagen-Dazs.
I was trying to think
You're
of who
right.
that.
It was
What was his
Haagen-Dazs.
actual name? I don't remember now.
Froholt.
Froholt. Yeah.
Well, I think this guy
It's
is
just
White Crest.
Yeah, White
Because it's just so funny to me. It's like Crest whitening strips.
Like White
He's got a
Crest-
built-in endorsement, doesn't he?
Man, he just lit. I don't know. He just showed up one game.
Yeah.
It
Do we
wasn't
even know for sure he's still on the team?
I don't either.
Well, Whitehurst is. I double-checked. He has 3 catches for 13 yards this year.
And a touchdown.
And a tutty, yes.
I'm in the locker room twice a week. I had no idea who he was till I saw him on the field.
Yeah.
First time I ever saw him was
That's
He was one of
on
the ball
the field.
boys or something.
Well, hey, it's a rags to riches story.
Shout out
By
to
the
that
way,
man.
the people that are on the sideline spraying water into the players' mouths, who are what is their job?
They're the water boy.
That's it.
They're the water boy.
They're
But,
timeouts.
why would anybody
squeeze.
want that job?
Well, you get on the sideline.
You're on the field.
Yeah.
And you can go home and you can tell your brother and sister and your mom and dad, man, in that second time out in the third quarter, I can't believe how much water so-and-so took.
Hey, by the way,
White Chris.
by the way,
He took half a bottle.
It's like a fish.
There is some sort of you got to learn how to do the squeeze, bro. It's some skill to that. You
There
can't
is.
be just having it all over the place.
Is there a Hall of Fame for water bottle sprayers?
That look crazy.
That
but we
job
gotta
seems
stop.
so demeaning.
Well, I mean, they do other like they have a lot of equipment guys around.
Wasn't
there a
uniforms
movie,
and balls.
Waterboy?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Great movie.
Adam
I mean, it was
Sandler.
One of the best Adam
unbelievable
Sandler movies ever.
Back in the day, man, like it was, when you live in them little poor colleges and stuff, there wasn't a lot of water bottles. So some people's water bottles was tap water, no ice in it. Some other water bottles had the Gatorade in it, really legitimate good liquid in there.
Sounds like
levels
Adam
to it.
Sandler's college.
We had like a hose with 30 holes in it.
Bro, you know what?
you pick up the hose, right?
We had
You pick up the hose
PVC
and-
pipe
The PVC
with
with
all
the
these
trough?
holes.
Yes.
Right.
And you're standing next to a dude hearing him slurp right in your ear.
Yes.
Oh, my God.
That's how we had. in high school.
Disgusting.
And then and that's crazy. And back then, that was that was torture because they would tell you, we ain't getting no water today.
See, here's how old I am. Like now, you'd be put in jail if you were a coach.
Right.
Right. This. During breaks, the coach would say, "You got 3 minutes, boys," and he turned the water on, and you might be fourth in line.
That's exactly
Because we didn't have 30 holes, we probably had 15, and
Yeah.
everybody's waiting to get one, and you just finally get up. All righty,
Whistle
3
blows.
minutes. I'm like,
Cotton mouth.
Crawford, quit complaining. 10 laps.
Here's a salt tablet.
Oh my God.
Right?
That'll fix it.
Helmets on too. They keep them helmets on. You drink
Yep.
through the helmet.
Oh my God.
And
That's how old I
And
am.
then people started dying.
Yeah,
Like,
right. Hey, wait a minute.
Literally dying.
We might need to give him water.
Put them in a hot shed. Hey, go sit in the shed. It's like 2,000 degrees in the shed with a whole pattern.
You know there's at least one coach somewhere when a kid died and he was like, he's not tough enough. You
Right.
know that happened.
Survival of the
You
fittest.
know that happened at least one
God.
place.
Yeah.
What a man. Sport has changed.
Yeah, they
All right,
have.
last fence rider
Yeah.
before we preview the Cavs Magic game tonight. Will Justin Herbert throw for 225 yards against this Browns defense? Close split here.
Come on, man.
Jason G, Tyvis, and Bull said yes for a 5-3 split. Myself, Earl Dustin, said not going to happen.
If Denzel Ward don't play, you know Greg Newsome or Martin Emerson is going to give up a big play.
Yeah.
They're going to
I'm
give up
with
at
you
least
there.
one.
I'm with
That's
you
what I
there.
thought too.
At least one.
Also, this one was tough because Harbaugh is the same guy that he was in Michigan. His
A cheater?
Yes. His backbone is running the ball and defense.
Yeah.
That's who he is. That's who he's always going to be. Justin Herbert, that's why I'm not sure it was the greatest match for Herbert because he's a guy that is a beautiful spinner of the football. He loves to throw it. But they're not that team this year. But because of Denzel Ward being out, I think they'll make some adjustments and they're going to pick on the backups. And he's going to throw it a lot.
And Tyvis made a good point yesterday. Their best receiver right now is Ladd McConkey, the rookie.
Right.
And he's a slot receiver. And without Denzel, it means that, what's his name? Mitchell.
Cam Mitchell.
Cam Mitchell is going to be the slot corner. And obviously he's their weakest
Well,
corner.
you're going to get a good look at next year, possibly.
Slot
Cam
fade
Mitchell
is
in slot.
coming. I'm letting you know a whole day early, 2 days earlier, Greg Newsome. The slot fade will be in full effect. Be ready for it, my man.
And they might run it play after play after play.
That's just not a high bar. Like 2.25 is not a high.
No, it's not. Even in today's
Well,
diminished
except for Deshaun
offense
Watson,
numbers.
unfortunately.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, let's talk Cavs. We'll